All right, let's do a quick audio and visual check. How's everybody doing? Seeing looks good, sounds good. How are you, Coach Jay? How are you today?
Doing good, man. Doing good, Coach Dakota. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Got finally got a little bit of sparring in this
Okay.
afternoon, and chest feels good, ribs feel good. Everything felt really good today, so no complaints here. I'm excited. Um, Excited to get back at it. Feeling good. If you guys didn't know, I talked about it last night. I talked about it today. About here, I'll switch it to my charts, and you can see. Look what I'm in. I'm in a trading combine. Take a step back, reposition, and get ready to move forward. I took one trade today, Coach Jay, in this. I'm copy trading five accounts.
Okay.
I'm taking full advantage of what I can, and one trade, $1,500. 15, 14, oh, 14, yeah, 1577. So
Nice.
not too bad. Not too
It's
bad.
a good start. I
It's
would call that a good start. Talk to us a little bit, Dakota. What is the game plan for these accounts? Do you have a specific daily loss limit that you're using, daily profit target that you're looking at? How are you approaching this?
so I'm just gonna go back from square one, from the very beginning, and just start off from there. So, shout out to one of our slow market viewers. They were able to find this playlist. Like, take a look at this playlist. They put it together. I'm happy. I did a whole strategy week, and they were able to find 7 of those videos. So big shout out to I think it's By Playtime is the person. And so if you click on that link, that's a list of like 7 of those videos. I broke down how I'm trading, and it's crazy to think that was a year ago. So
Okay.
I took some time. I watched them, and I'm like, there's not really much changed outside of like my mindset, how I'm viewing it, and how I'm managing the trade, and just
Hmm.
getting back to the basics. I've been overcomplicating it a little bit too much, and so I need to get back to those basics. And I'll copy that link in a few times while we have audience members coming in, audience members coming out. But yeah, it was a nice refresher to go back through and see those and see. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about being live. It's like a journal, right? You go back through your journal and see what you're
Yeah.
doing, see what you changed. And so the plan with these combines, this is number one or number 5. It's a copy trade. Some traders might look at it, this is just one combine because you're trading one account and it's being copied about 5. The majority said it's 5 because it's 5 transactions. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The idea is that this is my first shot back into the combine. I closed my live account officially today. I should get a check in the mail or ACH into my bank account for whatever was left over. And so that's going to be nice. I'm just going to use that. And I don't get a discount. I don't get any bonus, Jay. We don't get any benefits. We pay full price. We pay the full sticker price just like everybody else. And so I'm going to
I think people are surprised by that.
yeah, I don't get it. I think they're just so used to everyone else online getting all these free accounts and free resets and just the switching and like, yeah, well, I blew this one. We'll just load up 20 more, blow that one, load up 20 more. And they just lack that responsibility, right? And so that's kind of where the idea this morning came from, the combine counter. And so yeah, I know it's very surprised. It sucks, but sometimes that's what you have to do, right? The reality is, and this is perfect segue into one of my favorite books, "The Obstacle is the Way" by Ryan Holiday. And sometimes the hardest path is the right path, and instead of avoiding the obstacle and instead of avoiding the what you kind of don't want to do, it is usually the better thing to do and the one that's able to improve yourself. And so now, this doesn't mean it's like, yeah, I'm not profitable. I'm no longer going to be able to making any money. How can I survive? Can I pay my rent? Can I do this? No, that is completely a different conversation because I'm a stock trader. I'm an options trader. That's my primary income. Coach Jay, I don't know if you remember, but maybe I should just sit down and do an interview, have it videoed, and we could just have a link instead of repeating so often. But purely started out trading at Topstep just to show that I could do this as a coach. I never wanted to, I never was like, my plan was never to trade these accounts at Topstep. It was just to come on, work as a coach, help traders, and build the program out. But one thing led to another. Those who can't teach, or what was it? Those that can't do, teach. I'm like, okay, I'll trade it. Here we are, just over a year later, year and a half later, a little less than $500,000. And I'm showing this. I could, give or take, I want to teach by doing. I'm not the best trader. I'm not the best teacher, but hopefully it gives an example for those that are new, who's entering this industry for the first time, learning, and be able to learn through watching, right? Everyone learns in their own different ways. Some learn by watching, some learn by listening, some learn by doing. And hopefully I could set a decent example. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it takes me 50 accounts. Maybe it takes me 100 accounts. And hopefully I could show everything, or I will show everything. And sometimes it's going to suck, but maybe Coach Jay, maybe it just takes me one try.
It very well could. Like you said, today was a pretty good start to those accounts. So we know you're a good trader. So let's just see.
Should we just get to it, Coach Jay? Let's get to it.
We got some questions in the chat. I'll answer them for you.
Yeah.
Why did Dakota close his live account? It was clearly documented that throughout this year, Dakota was struggling that live account, so he made the decision that he was going to close it. Did not lose the full balance. Did take a withdrawal from the remaining balance that was there.
Correct.
And is going to start over from the beginning.
Yep.
That's really it. That's all it is.
It's not as complex as what people think. I took that big $250,000 payout at the beginning of the year, and then I've had down months, I've had up months. Unfortunately, the past 3 months I've struggled the most. I had conversation with the risk team, and they're like, just hey, let's just. It's probably best to lead by example. It's just like withdraw your account, start over from Combine, figure out what's going on, and just start fresh. And so I've stated that, and like you said, it's been very straightforward and clear. It's just unfortunate, all the misinformation that gets out there on the social media.
I don't.
Of all that.
At this point, Dakota, I don't call it misinformation. I call it intentional discreditation of someone's. People intentionally try to discredit things. We can't focus on that. So focus on the goal ahead, and that is all we can do.
Yeah. A lot of those people need to take a big look at the mirror too, for sure.
Or don't.
Sure.
Or don't. Don't look at the mirror.
Don't look at the mirror. Just keep going.
The reflection is the same whether you look at it or not.
So yeah, I started it today. Had a great day, and the plan with this is just to trade it on air. I'm not going to be placing any trades behind the scenes. Everything shared, and I liked what you did, Coach Jay, and I think I'm going to do the same. So over here in these settings, I'm going to go ahead and click on share. I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to share this, and I'm going to share it to everybody here on the YouTube chat. If you want to see does it stay sharing for as long as I have it?
Yeah, as long as you leave that share radio button selected, it'll continue to share. So someone can bookmark that if they wanted to and just check in every day on how you did. But yeah, as long as you leave that share button selected there, it'll
there we go.
It'll share.
There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Why not? I don't see a reason why not. And then I'll post it through the social media so that everyone can follow along. So no trades taken off air. Everything's going to be taken on air. Talk about it, and slow markets, fast markets, power hour. Whenever I'm on camera, I'm going to be able to show it, and that's an amazing feature here at Topstep. That's a cool one.
Yeah, honestly, it's part of the reason why I shared it because we are on air so much. But sometimes there are going to be trades that I take off air, right? So we can look and see, if someone wanted to, they can just look and see the results from there. Just in the event that I'm not on air and I see a trade opportunity that I want to take in these accounts, it's shared from there.
Yep. Yeah, there you go. I like it. It's a great feature. It doesn't get utilized enough, and I think that's a good example that we could use to highlight it and show the transparency. I don't think there's another person out there on social media that's gonna who would be willing to do that. Is there? Or am I wrong?
I mean, hey, I'm sure there is. I see some people out there sharing their brokerage accounts and things like that. So there are some good players out there for sure.
Yeah. As rare.
I like to focus on the light.
All right, Jay. Okay. Yeah, we could take many routes here, but yeah, I like it. That's the plan. Sharing everything, and then there's another question is, can you could withdraw 100% of your live account, and the answer is yes. Once you've shown 30 days of consistent trading, you can withdraw 100% of your account balance. That's always been here at Topstep. I've been able to withdraw 100% of my balance since, I got this account last year, since 1 month, right? 30 days after that. So, yeah, that's as surprising as that is. It's a very important thing that we can do here in the live account. But the thing is, you can't just hey, I made all this money and I'm making money in the live and I just withdraw 100% and I go back to Combine. No, because that would be more of gaming the system, right? It's there needs to be a conversation with the risk management team, and I believe should be a reason why you would have to go back, right? For my example, it's hey, I'm struggling. I've been losing some money. I've taken a payout. The best course of action is to go back to a Combine account instead of just continuing to lose money. I'd rather lose sim money than real money. And then once I get better and I'm able to show that consistency again, then I could work my way back to a live account.
Yep. I see some comments in the chat saying, wasn't Topstep against taking out the full balance of your account,
No.
Talking about people gaming the system. How many times can you go back to live? Here's the thing, right? If you're able to withdraw your entire account balance, you still need 30 profitable days, right? So if Topstep had an issue with somebody withdrawing their full account balance, it wouldn't even be an option. But it is, right? At the end of the day, the goal here is for traders to pull money out of the live markets. And if they're in a Topstep account and continuing to do that, then Topstep, it's a mutually beneficial relationship, right? Topstep takes a percentage of that as well. But there's nothing saying that you can't do that, right? It wouldn't even be an option if that was the case. What I will say is, let's say somebody tries to do that 5 or 6 times, there might be a consideration of whether or not the team takes them live and continues to put them in a live account. But Dakota, have you ever heard any pushback about pulling the balance from your live account?
No, actually the exact opposite. Topstep and any of the people I've talked to is they do encourage traders to take payouts. And there's been some great traders here at Topstep who has traded and who has taken live account payouts, and then they go start their own personal brokerage. And it's
right.
A beautiful thing. It's the beautiful thing. And man, Topstep's growing so much, dude. How many live traders Topstep's bringing on a day-to-day basis? I remember it was 2 or 3, and I think now when I'm looking and we do it on fast markets, it's 19 in a day, and then the account balances are just growing. I remember last year at this time, $100,000 was number 1 on the leaderboard. Now we have KJ who's up there approaching 7 figures, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow. And so that's been nice to see. Sly Fox. Oh yeah, no, that's the exact opposite. Topstep is slowly dying. It's the opposite, man. It really is. It's sports analogies. I don't know if this is a good one, Coach Jay, but Lakers, all right? Lakers, where everyone's trying to beat. Who's everyone trying to beat? Who's everyone competing with?
Right now, I mean the champs, right? OKC right now, right? They're the champs.
Yeah,
but everyone is trying to catch up to the Lakers as far as championships go. Yeah, Lakers and Celtics, right? That is the gold standard.
Who's getting the most shit talked to, right? It's who's everyone's trying to beat, and that's usually the case. Is Shit talking goes straight up. But yeah, Topstep's always been for personal brokerage, and I remember day one was the push for live accounts, and Topstep's always pushed for live accounts. I'm pushing for live accounts. I need to get back to a live account and prove I could do it here on this day trading. And sure, I could take my money and I could open up a personal brokerage and I could show that and share it and share my broker statements, but that doesn't really help, in my opinion, traders who are going through the same thing like this. I think it's more beneficial for me to take a step back, go back to a combine, than for me to just say, it's not worth it. I'm just going to open up my personal brokerage for this and only show that. Because that would be incorrect, because that's like throwing money at a problem and solving it that way. Is 10K 100%. On prop firms a lot? Yes, John. Yeah. And everyone's different. Everyone's going to have their own goals. Some traders they take a $2,000 payout, and that could be life-changing money. Just $2,000 or, $1,000. Like Lance said, anything above break even is a huge accomplishment. Heck, break even is a huge accomplishment as a trader.
100%. 100%. Got to be able to not lose money before you can make money.
Yeah. You got to learn how to not lose money before you make money. Brad Sims, wait, that's not a solution. No, it's not. It's not a pay to win scenario here. As much as it can be with going through hundreds of combines to show profits, right, and build a brand. The reality is it's not pay to win. As you could throw $100,000 into a personal account, if you blow it, that's real money. And then you can't just you can keep throwing $100,000, but eventually money will run out. There's an old saying. Is it an old saying where it's like the best way to make $1 million in day trading is to start with 2 million?
Yep. Yeah. Best way to get to 1 million is to start with 2.
Yeah. Yep. It's so true, man.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of money when I first started.
Same here.
I've made and lost. It's one of those things where when I first started out, I put everything into it, and then looking back, yeah, I got lucky on some of penny stock picks, and then made like $100,000, and then and throughout that entire period, I've probably lost $120,000 worth of, quote, educational expense, learning what not to do.
Tuition,
market tuition. And I definitely know for a fact that I wouldn't have spent $120,000 if there was a prop firm like Topstep.
For sure.
Well, that was a great intro. Thanks, Jay. Let's get started with slow markets. As always, welcome to slow markets. 12 minutes in. So, as always, in the YouTube chat, there's our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything that we talk about is for educational purpose only. It's not financial advice. It's not a signals class. And yeah, how was FOMC for you, Coach Jay? I'm looking at these markets, and it looks like it was a wild one and a bullish one at that.
Pretty bullish. Well, initially we were selling off while Powell was speaking, but then we found a bottom. Buy the dip is the mode that this market has been in. The equities have been in, and we had the Microsoft and Meta earnings after the close, which really shot us up to all-time highs. We're trading all-time highs right now. So I didn't do much during FOMC prior to the meeting.
Okay.
Prior to the press conference, I did take, by the time I had this Topstep account, this was already locked out. I had a short in the euro last night. I did take a long in a personal account, just a couple NASDAQ. Took it for a couple of points and took it off before the earnings, but pretty standard FOMC day. Try not to get chopped up in the pre-number price action, where it was a pretty tight range. And then after the press conference, the market found a bottom, took a little part of that long there. Did you trade much at all? Or?
No, I was done for the day. Um, Personal account, I don't day trade my personal account because it's just stocks and options. That's all my personal stuff. So that was all set and done and prepared this morning. And no day trading. I was done this morning. I locked myself out with that $1,500, and I think I'm gonna be honest. I think I was at sparring at that time.
Okay, nice.
You?
I was just watching the markets. I was just watching the markets. Had Topstep TV tuned in. Was not at my desk. Went and sat outside, just enjoying the weather. It's nice weather here in New York right now. Watched the markets. Watched the press conference. Took a quick little long. Made about what was that? About 30 points. About 30 points and called it a day. But pretty good day overall.
Nice.
And now we're at all-time highs.
We are at all-time highs. I need to get the buzzer out. Or the air horn.
Pew, pew.
We probably missed a few opportunities. Well, we're
Oh, you're gonna get another one in about 15 minutes.
Let me hurry up and get that set up here. Let's see if I could get that. It has to be the right one. It has to be the right one. There's like a bunch of them. One of them was just like, let's see. Give me just 1 second while I get this set up.
Yeah, classic dips. It is hot out. Let's find some shade to sit under.
Yes. Other than that, let's take a look. I'm going to switch over to my charts, and I'll do the regular, review. We'll do some technical analysis, look at the day, and then we'll take a look at gold in just a moment, and then talk about copper. Coach Jay, while I'm doing this, take a look at copper. Let's see if I could find.
Oh yeah, we covered that at the buzzer. That was a pretty insane move. That move high to low in copper was a $25,000 move with a one lot. The bounce from that move, and let's see if we can take a look at it on a 3-minute chart.
Yeah, look at that.
This bounce in copper, everyone. Right? This dead cat bounce, if you will, or a dead brick bounce, whatever you want to call it. This bounce alone was a $12,000 move. Talking about slippage. Someone got hit on a stop far away from where they initially had their stop, very far away. There was a 30 tick spread at one point in copper, and this is not a cheap contract. Let's just see. With a one lot, this is, where is it? Where did it go? Right, with a one lot, it's $12.50 a tick. This entire move, if we look at it, $31,000. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
That's insane. And it went limit down. We haven't seen markets go limit down often. We came back. We bounced up for about a $12,000 bounce and sold off again, ending the day somewhere near 20% down, which is insane.
It's slippage and.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. It's crazy to see markets. It gives you that FOMO, right? What if? What if?
Yeah.
Type scenario, and all you could do is just like, hey, move on, follow your process, get on to the next. But let me get back to the NASDAQ. I'm gonna go through this NASDAQ on the daily, break it down. We'll take a look at gold, and then we'll continue this. So NASDAQ, I always start on a higher time frame. Let's get back to back to those basics. Watch those videos if you haven't. It's a beautiful link. And yeah, daily chart. FOMC today. We have earnings coming out. Don't forget tomorrow. This week's not done. This week is not done. Tonight we have Bank of Japan rates. Decision. Tomorrow we have, this is during the London session, the Bank of Japan press conference. But tomorrow we have PCE, core PCE, consumer spending. And we have Apple and Amazon earnings. So we're not done yet. And on top of that, that's when the U.S. tariffs says start tentative, and then followed up by non-farm payroll on Friday. So this is just middle of the week. And as big of craziness of a move we've had and price action we've had today, we can see more tomorrow and then Friday. So just buckle up. We're just getting started. Daily, what do you do? All-time highs. Nothing to go on this daily chart. I think the only thing I could do is, I talked about this on fast markets. Coach Jay, you know what it is when it comes to these measured moves. these measured moves, picking out how far we do move when we get a nice rally, and then say, where can this market go? I don't know how you want to pick that up, and say, well, typically we could see something like this. I mean, we've had such a big move, but then when it comes to all this news that's coming out, do these measured moves help or hurt? And it's like, I don't know. It's hard to say, especially when we broke through all-time highs. And so I'll zoom into an hourly chart, and there's Uncle Bugatti in the chat. Shout out to him. He's on the Twitterverse, sticking
What's
his
up,
fingers
Bugatti?
in things. I don't even know sometimes, but yeah, if you know, looking at this hourly chart, we broke through, we hit all-time highs. That was that big move, and if we look at this nice gap, this is what I want to pay attention to the most, and this is probably from a technical standpoint, the one thing that I'm paying attention to is this gap. Look for where we closed, and then look where we opened. That is a big gap. That's an Uncle Bugatti size gap. And we look and we start to zoom in from where we closed to where we started the open tonight, right at, let's see, I'm going to put a line there. And then it looks like we did fill about half of the gap. And then I'm just trying to do some measurements, understand the volatility. So we still have about 23 points, 24 points of a gap left. And so the question is, for everybody who says gaps always get filled, will this gap get filled? Can we have a pullback, fill this gap? Last time we had a gap, we got filled, and then we rallied, and we continue to rally. And so that's going to be on my mind if this market gets down there. I'm only going to pay attention to this only if this market gets down there. Then it will become important. If we do get a pullback down to those 660s or somewhere in this level, then I'll be looking for some buying opportunities, saying, hey, support, resistance becomes support. There could be buying opportunities around that level, around that zone. Until then, it's just all-time highs. We just march. We're just marching to the beat of the buyers. I don't have anything when the market does this, when the market just goes to all-time highs. You just, as hard as it is, you just
Look for a 100-point pullback
wait
and
for
close your eyes and
pullbacks.
buy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
exactly,
tough. It's
Jay.
tough.
It's
I want
hard.
to, I don't like, I will miss a trade trying to avoiding buying all-time highs, where these are markets that are continuing to grind higher. The S&P is not making all-time highs, just a little bit of a divergence there. But I feel like I have to wait for a pullback.
It's tempting to short. That's what just destroyed me the past few months. And so as impatient as you might be, this is something I need to get better at, is just waiting for a pullback, waiting for an opportunity. I joke about disabling the sell button, following this, BTFD, and just getting in with a trend. That's all I have on the NASDAQ. So now let's take a look at the gold. Let's take a look at the gold. And shout out to Hoag, if you tuned into Fast Markets, where we did that average move. That average move, it worked out beautifully on a long, if woulda, coulda, shoulda taken it. And we measure these moves. Same thing. I did that. We did it a few times actually, and said, where could this gold go? And we were about there in Fast Markets, and we said, well, we're seeing a 3-bar reversal. I don't know how I measured it, but this isn't rocket science. This is kind of like an eyeball rough estimate. Said, okay, we're about there. We're about at that average move, and we started to see a 3-bar reversal right here at these 3340s, and the beautiful long, setup. Unfortunately, I was locked out, but we got a nice bounce off that. So we rallied all the way up to those 50s, which I was looking for. And sure enough, guess what? This was support. Support became resistance. It's a beautiful thing how technicals can play out. Support, resistance. What was support now became resistance. And then we just broke down. And now we're seeing a little bit of a move up here on the hourly. And so the question I have, Coach Jay, is do we continue a little bit of a rally, or do we see a continued sell-off? We do have another possibility if we're looking for support, resistance, support. Can gold get up to these 3340s for a possible short? And then from a 5-minute chart, I mean, I could even make an argument for a bull flag. I could make an argument for a bull flag here for maybe a break to the long side up to those 3343s. All right, Jay, take it away.
Yeah, I am looking for, in gold we have that 30-minute. I'm on a 30-minute chart here. That 3340 area, I do kind of like that for a potential short. I was trying to figure out exactly what the trade is here in gold right now. It's a market that's in a downtrend. We have this heavy selling towards the end of the day, and I have the highest volume 30-minute candle mapped out here, and 3342 is right at 50% of that. It looks like we're getting a little, relief bounce, maybe some short covering into that area. If we get a pullback to 3331, I may buy gold and look for 3340s as that target.
3340s?
Yeah, if we get a pullback into 3330, 3331, I may buy it for a pull for that move up into the 40s.
I like that play. I like it a lot. We did pass the top of the hour too. We did it, so we're already past that time. So maybe there is a nice play for a buy the dip scalp. Yeah, I like it. I like that. So let me get some music on. We'll get to some questions. Everyone watching the NASDAQ, let me know if we get close to the all-time highs. I have the air horn ready. And I think we could just watch this gold. Not much going on in the other markets other than, like you said, copper. Let me know if you see.
So Kevin has a question here in copper. What about a long in copper? From a technical perspective, it may play out. And everyone has their own free will. You can trade however you want. Personally, after seeing that move in copper off of a headline that we really couldn't prepare for, I'm probably not looking to take any copper trades right now. Now, what is the likelihood that we get another, 20% candle, 20% 3-minute candle? Probably pretty low, but that type of volatility in the market, for me, I'm going to stay out of it. But from a technical perspective, I could see why you would be looking to take a long.
It's low, but never zero.
Right. Right, exactly, and it's tariff based, right? So we could very well hear, hey, this country didn't do what I wanted, 500% tariffs or something crazy, or actually, hey, you know what, they're not that bad. Let's just remove the tariffs. I want to stay out of that.
1 second. NASDAQ, Jay.
All-time highs.
NASDAQ. Are we there? Did we get it?
I don't think so.
Did we? Did we just miss it? We gotta have it on screen for it to be an air horn moment. Let's see. 79.50.
We did get it. Yes, we did. Yeah, we did.
We did. Oh, well, I want to hit the air horn when we're making it. All right. So let's just take a moment. I missed an air horn moment. Okay.
Let me just mark it by a 10 lot real quick and get us up there.
There we go.
There it is.
There's the air horn. Now
do that again.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear it?
I couldn't hear it, but
you can't hear it.
No, it's all right. As long as chat can.
Is this like the Christmas bell, Santa's bell? You gotta believe in order to hear it. Chat could hear it. I'm not sharing it with you. Let me share. I gotta share.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Okay. History made. We just made history in slow markets. First time NASDAQ has ever been at 759. 23,759. Just remember my words. Yeah, I gotta remember my own words, chat. We're witnessing this. All right, rest of slow markets. That's all it's gonna be. Just air horn after air horn after air horn, and then we just piss everyone off, and then there goes the viewers.
No, they're here for it.
Yeah,
they're here for it.
Instead of air horn, let's get some music on. And while we do that, Jay, Are you in any trades? Have you placed? And are you looking at anything other than
I'm looking at shorting the euro again, to be honest. It's been the trade of the week for me. I think in this combine, I'm up about $2,800. 2,000 of that is from shorting the euro.
There goes the gold, man.
Did it pull back or did it just rally?
It just broke out.
No pullback, right? Yeah, I was kind of thinking that would happen. Okay, but I know you were looking at these 33.40s to short.
It's not a shortable market right now until we get up to those 40s and show that the market wants to be shorted. The market needs to want to be shorted at this point.
Right.
It's got to tell me. It needs to want to change.
It just didn't give me the pullback I was looking for there, but that's all right. Let's see something here.
All right, and while we're doing that, let's do a hashtag slow markets. I've been pretty freaking active on the social medias today, which I don't mind it. I haven't stored up any too much drama, but hashtag slow markets. There's the link to the Twitter, X. If you want to do a hashtag slow markets, just tag me in it, and then if it's good, if it's a trade, maybe your trade station, something good, entertaining about trading or slow markets, hashtag maybe put something fun like DBA concepts. There's the link. And then as always, I will, not as always, but as of recently, here is the new Instagram, and I will pin that to the chat where I've been posting more and more, and I've enjoyed it. I want you to want me. Yeah. I want the gold to want to be shorted.
Yeah, it has to present it. It's not just I feel like this should go down, so let me take the trade. That usually leads to trouble. Somebody asked what the target is on the euro short. I'm not in it yet. I'm in this practice account just measuring out what the risk would be on this trade if I took it here, risking about $500. I don't know if I love this trade just because of how much we've sold off over the past couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised at a bounce and getting better location on a short. So I'm not going to take this trade yet, but I am still scouting this. Also with the euro, a lot of times what happens is the volume comes in during the London session. So about 5 hours from now,
Okay.
If I'm up at that time, which I probably won't be, but if I am, I may look then to look for a trade.
Got it.
Dakota, they said you're going to miss another air horn moment here. Here we go. Air horn, 762.
Oh, I'm just going for it. I'm hitting it. All right, that's just getting annoying. I'm already annoyed. I was excited about the air horn, and I'm already freaking annoyed. No.
There is a micro for the euro. It's M6E. But even then, if I'm looking at the M6E, I don't see. I just don't love the location of this trade right now. And I could be wrong, right? We could be, in a spot where we're turning around. It kind of looks like that. But I don't know. I just don't love this trade for how much we've sold off already. Could be the wrong read, but M6E is the micro.
M6E is the micro. Yep. I won't do an air horn unless we get to 23.7. Let's say 69. 769. There we go. That'd be the air horn. We're just gonna be sitting here playing air horns all night. Let's take a look at this gold. It's not a clean breakout. Is this the pullback, the retest of support? That's my question. If we take a look at this gold, we broke out of these 33.85. We broke out. And if you watch those videos, or if you watch me in slow markets or technicals, a breakout, a retest, and now the question is, do we see continuation? So far, we're not. We're not seeing any continuation. We're kind of hesitating in these 39s. All right, back to you.
Yeah, hesitating at that. What was there? That 20 moving average there, right around that 40 area. It's a good spot, right? You called out the price, and like you said, it's not just based on a price basis. It still has to give you a signal that it's a short. so far for this session, it's signaling along maybe somewhere up near 50s. 33.50s in gold. We have a Bank of Japan rate decision and China PMI within the next 2 hours to impact gold. That could get interesting. Could get interesting for sure. We know those Bank of Japan rate decisions, a lot of the times they show up as tentative on the schedule. They're scheduled for the next hour, 45 minutes from now. But that number can scheduled for an hour and 45 minutes from now. But that number can come out whenever they feel like putting it out.
Correct. I'm looking at gold now. It's starting to look like a little bit like a fake breakout now that we broke back down below the 38.5. So maybe it was a nice little fake out and rejection of those 40s. We'll see. And then here's our first slow markets. Good old Rick out there. Slow markets, DBA, great coaching, futures, Topstep. There we go. You know, that brings up one point, Jay. What's up with the thing now? Okay, this might be a little controversial. I don't care. Why are so many under the impression that you have to be an amazing and a great trader in order to be a good coach?
It's a great question. And I'm trying to formulate words for why I think that is.
Okay. Think about that. Okay.
Come back to me on that. Yeah. Why do people think that, right? And I don't agree with it, right? And I've said this before. The guy that taught me how to trade, how to read order flow, I knew how much money he made one time ever in 5 years. He showed us one day and he never showed us again. And he made a lot of money that day. And I've shared this on slow markets before, actually. But before I ever knew how much money he made in a day, I realized how much I was learning from him and how much it was helping me with my own progress. And he would tell traders in his group sometimes to some people, right? Because he could see a skill set in some people that he didn't see in others. He'd tell some people, hey, you're going to make way more money than me as a trader, right? Just because of the skill set that you have. Why people think that? I think it's...
Someone says do a basketball analogy.
Do a basketball analogy. I think it's because they think that you're... So Scott, shout out to Scott Vaughn. I don't know if Scott is watching. Scott's one of our viewers. I saw one of Scott's comments and he said, why do people think just because they're coaches that they're exempt from taking losses? And I think why that is the thought that, hey, if you're at the point that you're calling yourself a coach, you shouldn't go through the same struggles that every other trader goes through. And that's just really not the case. There are hedge funds that lose billions of dollars, right? And they're losing them in the same markets that we trade, and make billions of dollars as well. They're losing them in the same markets that we trade. So I think it's almost like a hopeful thought when people say that. It sounds weird, but it's almost like a hopeful thought. Like, hey, if I ever got to that point of mastery in the markets, I shouldn't deal with the same shit that I deal with as somebody who's new to this. And that's just really not the case. You get better at navigating it, but at the Dakota, every time you interact with the markets, you have to click buy or sell, right?
Most of the time, yes.
And when you do that, is there a guarantee that the trade that you put on is going to be a winner?
I wish, man. I wish.
Is that ever going to change?
And that will never change.
And that's the thing. And I think it's almost hopeful that, like, hey, if I get to that point, that should change, and it just doesn't do it. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think for me, here's my point of view. Now, taking about analogies out, because we could point out some amazing coaches in sports, and that have taken athletes to the highest level who's never played professionally, right? But I think more importantly is the fact that I have seen this happen many times where a successful trader in, say, stocks and options has given many traders like an exact step-by-step guide of how to be profitable, yet maybe one or two of those have ever been able to like relatively duplicate that success. So it's like you could teach 1,000 people this perfect playbook that's like, yeah, I made $500,000 in the last year. This is exactly how I did it. It's not going to like make everybody who reads it or follows it successful, right? They're going to have 1,000 different results. And so for me, it's more of, I think I've seen it there a few times, and it's difficult because everybody learns differently. We said that at the very beginning of class, right? Someone might learn by doing, someone might learn better by watching, someone might learn better by reading or this or that. I don't know all that. But for me, in the way I truly do, it's sometimes it's not do as I do, it's do as I say. And it's easier and this is why a trading community is so great, is you can guide people in the right direction a whole lot better than doing it. It's like, man, I struggle with emotions. You shouldn't think about your P&L. But then me personally, maybe I'm thinking about my P&L, and it's easier for me to like teach that or talk about it than it would be for me to do it. And so sometimes it is. And maybe maybe analogies are the best, but I pondered that a lot. It's one of the main reasons that kind of motivated me to, actually trade here at a prop firm rather than just stay in my personal stuff and demonstrate this and then start over last year. And then here I am starting over again, because honestly, Jay, do I really need to put myself through this again? Right? It's like I've done it twice. I did it when I first started last year or a year and a half ago. I did it again when I lost an account last July, and then here I am again. And I asked myself that a few times this week. I'm like, do I really want to put myself through this? All the criticism, all the BS, all the social media crap. It's the reason why I didn't even have social media in the first place. And then I got a message, because I don't need to, right? Because I have my personal account stuff. But then I get messages, and I remember messages like this, and I'm going to show you. It's the VIP team. It's messages like this. This is the last VIP team.
Chat, no air horns until 769. But we see
not
it.
Not until 769, chat. Is I don't mind going through that, because what I get and the comments that I get and helping traders and getting this, it far exceeds any of the BS and the drama. And it's like, yeah, someone might call me a loser. It's like, the coach can't trade because he lost money. It's like, motherfucker, I took out $500,000. But then this is beyond fulfilling for that. So reading messages
100%.
like
those messages
this,
are the best.
It's like, how do you top this? Like, this will overtake 1,000 trolls. In my mind, it's like, okay, you know what? It's worth it to go through this again to show. And if I could help, 10, 20, 30, I don't want to see out just one trader, but I want to help 10, 20, 30 traders get a payout, get multiple payouts, get a live account. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't mind blocking out all the trolls and the drama. I've been using that block button on social media.
It's a good one.
Actively.
Good one.
Pretty actively.
It's a good one. And like you said, man, there are so many people who are looking for help, who genuinely want to, just learn. And who's to say that I'm going to be the person that helps you become that profitable trader? But if you look at the information that I'm providing, I think we owe it. We have people come in and watch us every day. We owe it to the audience that we have to help as much as we can, right? Ultimately, as a trader, you have to click the buttons. But if anything that we're saying is helping you with your journey, that's why we do it.
Yeah.
That is why we do it.
Fact. We don't sell anything.
Say it again.
I said we don't need to sell anything, right? We're
No.
here. We enjoy this. What is your motivation?
What is my motivation?
Yeah.
Or is that a question in the chat?
No, that's usually the general chat, right? When someone's like, we want to help you. It's like, what's your motivation to help? That's the thing. I love Topstep. I love Topstep, and what we're doing here is we don't get motivated by traders failing or resets. We get motivated and the pat on the back, or what do you call it, that a boy, when like MP told you had, what was your success rate for the last VIP? It was like 60.
It was for season 1. It was 69%,
Yeah,
and that is not a meme.
There we go.
That was the real number.
69% of your VIP class passed.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. Man, you gotta love some of the comments in the chat. New all-time highs. When is the S&P going to catch up is my question. Yeah, we're close. The S&P is still about 8 points off that all-time high. Looks like it wants to go, but not yet.
And I'm watching gold. We're not really going anywhere here in gold. Thank you. Yeah, we haven't hit it yet. We're just grinding higher ever so slightly. I'm excited. Teach me. Slow markets, man. Slow markets. Coach Jay's at the buzzer, tuning in to TopstepTV. It's fun. There's a lot of great stuff. I've learned a lot, myself included, and I see the positive things every day. I tell you what, man. MP is motivated to get traders to a live account and get traders to be 7 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. MP is so motivated to get traders to that level, and he's like, what can Topstep do to get traders into the live account? Get traders finding that success, reaching their goals, and getting to 7-figure traders. It's pretty freaking cool to see. Having Lance on was pretty cool as well. Who's going to be?
Having Lance on was amazing, right? They said it. 8-figure trader, verified, 100 million in verified profits, 8-figure a year trader. If Topstep can build a relationship, and I think that is exactly what MP is doing with somebody like that, that is just a valuable resource to all of our community, but especially the traders that are on that leaderboard at the top that aspire to kind of do something like that. That is pretty cool to see.
I love it. It really is. Now, it's not going to be everyone's goals, right? That's like, it's very important to understand the realistic, right? Yeah, sure. Maybe one day, as a trader, you could reach 7 figures, you could get to there. But honestly, majority of traders should just strive to get to first break even, consistency, getting the first payout, then the second, then the third. It's the small ones. It's the small steps. You can't run a marathon without taking the first step, and then the second step, and then so forth. Are you seeing anything else, Jay?
I'm looking at this euro trade. I'm happy I'm not short because it is giving a long signal in the shorter time frame. The euro and gold actually move very similar just because of the ties to the dollar. I think the short that we've been seeing in gold and in the euro has been dollar strength. I do want to continue to get into this trade, but it's definitely not the location yet.
Yeah.
So no, not seeing too much right now.
Yeah. I'm watching NASDAQ. Don't worry, chat. We're just ticking higher. We'd be hitting the air horn every 5 seconds. Would you consider NASDAQ right now untradeable?
No, not at all. Not at all. I think right now the way I'm looking at the NASDAQ is, where is that spot where we find the last buyer for right now that gives us a little bit of a pullback. I wouldn't consider it untradeable though. I think setting reasonable expectations for the trade is important though, right? Am I looking for 200 points right now? This may not be the opportunity that presents a 200-point trade, but it's tradable.
Yeah. What? Yeah, we're just really grinding up and to the right. Like ticks. What would be a risk reward? Where would your stop loss be? Where would the take profit be? close your eyes and buy it and go for like 2 points. Quick $100 scalp, someone says.
Not really seeing much on the books. Couple 20 lots, 30 lots, nothing crazy.
That's why I watch gold. We're getting more consolidation. Pull back down to these 37s here in gold. I'm not forcing trades either. These are the combines. Here we go.
You can't force trades because you just shared the that short at 40s was a decent opportunity. But if you force trades, everyone has your performance stats, right? They have the link. So you're gonna go on Fast Market tomorrow. They go, hey Dakota, what was this 15 lot Australian dollar trade that you took? What did you see there?
It's like just some random monster, like max contracts, random market. Yeah, like I said, that's the beautiful thing about this Topstep X. It's shared, it's copied. We're gonna go ahead and you know what? While we got this jam going, Coach Jay, I'm gonna share this. I think it's important to share it. I like that you did it, and I'm gonna follow your lead.
What's that?
Sharing for accountability.
Oh, I thought you shared it already.
Yeah, I shared it in the YouTube
chat.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, being able to share this, everyone can see it now, right? Chat, you can see this if you click on the link. Let me know. So if I place a trade, let me know. I just want to confirm something. I want to confirm. If I was to place a trade, let's do this. I'm gonna jump over to a micro, and I'm gonna place a trade. And there's air horn. 769. All-time highs here during slow markets. So yeah, let me place a trade on a micro, and let me know if it updates everybody. Everyone can see it. You can see it. Jay, could you confirm with me on clicking on that? If you wouldn't mind,
where's the
please.
link?
In the YouTube chat. I can send it to you here.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna place a quick micro trade. And I'm just going to close it out. Okay. I'm down $2.74 tonight. Does that update for everybody?
Yep.
That
update. Already.
It updated already?
Yep.
I just closed
Refresh the page.
That was fast.
Refresh the page. Yep.
That was fast. Wow. Okay. That's next level. How's that for technology? So now
Dakota's always red. Clip it up. Put it on social media. Look, he's red. He's red.
Now everyone sees
across five accounts. He just lost $10.
Yeah. Now welcome to the statistics. Yeah. Here we go. Full transparency. No changing. And then I showed everybody these accounts, and shout out to Danielle. I seen her in the chat. She was able to work with
What's
the
up,
team.
Danielle?
She got I think she was the one behind that combine counter, that cool graphic. Where's that at? I'm gonna pull that one up. Give me a second. Did that in like record time too. That was pretty impressive. That's so cool.
They did pull that 30 lot JD. Some size flashing in around here. I saw somebody saying there was some size up at 780s. I gotta check with the team on my data, level 2 data for Topstep X.
Okay.
For some reason it doesn't load all the time, but I'm not seeing it up there.
Where at?
It was up at 780s, I thought.
On the NASDAQ?
Yeah, you see anything up there?
I am not. What size? I'm not seeing anything at 780s. I can see 786 and nothing up that way. Like 8 contracts, 13. Unless they've been pulling it. Are you showing all 5 of your combines?
Oh no, just one. Mike was asking, did I share it? So I just
Oh,
There you go. Those
I thought
are
you
the
shared like
stats.
all 5. I'm like, okay, wow, that's there we go.
No.
Here's that graphic. Gave the shout out to Danielle.
Oh, here we go. It was John. What can you say about the 23,875 that has 140 lots? That can be a magnet. 23,875. Oh, that's way up there, John.
Yeah, that's way up there. I can see that way up there.
Maybe. When it's that far up, I keep it in mind, but I don't start thinking about magnets. I wouldn't start thinking about that as a magnet until we cross 800, just because it's so far and above a major psych level, which is at 800. I probably wouldn't think about that order until we get maybe to within 75, 50 points of it.
Yeah, and they could pull it at any time, right?
Yep. If it was at 785, different story, right? We're within 20 points, then I start looking at that.
Correct. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I'm trading. Look here, chat. Someone says, shouldn't it be 5? It's 5, right? Here's my lead account, and here's my other 4. Oh, I'm not sharing. There you go. Lead account 4. This copy trader's built into Topstep X, so pretty dang clean. Look, no slippage. Clean. 274, 274, 274. No slippage. There you go. Oh, the combine counter. Yeah, I think that will be updated because the community said this morning the combine counter would be 5 even though it's copy traded. So even though I'm trading one account and it's being copied, then the counter should be 5.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
Chat, what are you guys looking at? Anybody in a trade right now?
That dip just got bought up. 5 points. Massive moves here in the NASDAQ. Someone says 6E. What is 6E?
So 6E is the euro.
Yep, you could trade currency futures here at Topstep. So if you're coming from a Forex background, here's that list. Type in the I type in the number 6, but there's lots of currency futures here at Topstep. Someone's saying gold long. Let's take a look at some gold. Gold bouncing off those 36s. Let's take a look at the crude. Coach Hoop says crude looking short. It's so hard for me to short crude, dude. You know what? Doesn't get enough love. Let's take a look at my old love of the Nikkei. That sucker's on a run. The Nikkei, the Japanese market. All right, focus, Dakota. Let's get back to the 2 markets I watch. Waiting for the reset of the open, 15-minute candle. Hey coaches, do you have any top tips for trading gold? Top tips for trading gold. It has micros, and I think it's great that, and I would recommend starting in micros at first. I don't know, Jake. Do you have any top tips on trading gold?
Tips for trading micros. Tips for trading gold.
Yeah. Aaron? Ask Aaron.
Talk to Aaron. Watch Aaron trade.
Amazing when it comes to gold.
Not specifically for gold. I can't say tips for trading gold as opposed to any other market. The same headlines that affect the equities are going to affect gold as well. Trade micros though, because it is an expensive contract. That would be the tip.
Yeah, there you go. And then here's another hashtag slow markets. Gary Webb looks like trading silver, doing well in silver. Nice work. Yeah, gold's chopping back and forth. Not seeing too many movements tonight. Question for you, Jay. Do you think since FOMC we got that crazy move, a lot of information's out, NASDAQ getting ready to hit all-time highs again, do you think we could just be kind of patiently waiting now until data comes out tomorrow?
We could. What do we have tomorrow? We have PCE. We have jobless claims.
Earnings.
We have
Some big
earnings, consumer spending, Canadian GDP, Apple, Amazon earnings. We still got Michigan sentiment, NFP this week. Wow, what a week!
Yeah.
We still have NFP on Friday.
Yeah, we're just getting started. We just finished FOMC today, and we have major earnings data or inflation data, and then topping it off with FOMC and non-farm and Chicago. Yeah, it's the end of the month, July. It's a packed week.
What was I just gonna say? Oh, keep your accounts active. With the amount of potential catalysts that we have in the markets that can present great opportunities, taking low quality trades, and I'm reminding myself of this as well, chat. Taking low quality trades due to boredom costs you more than whatever you would make on a trade when a great opportunity presents itself, right? That opportunity cost, I don't think we consider that much. If I take a shitty trade right now and lose $1,000 and I have to lock myself out from trading tomorrow and we get the trade of the year tomorrow, that makes it way worse than just missing that trade of the year or, short arming that trade. So pay attention to that. Like there are, we like you just said, we may just see the markets chop around a little bit because we have a catalyst.
Wow,
don't shoot at air.
I can't agree with you more, right? There's been a lot of times where, say I take a loss tonight during slow markets and then I lock myself out, or I say I hit my daily loss limit and then I get on for fast markets and there's some amazing opportunities that just worked out so great. I'm just like, what the heck was I doing? It's like I hit my daily loss limit, last night during slow markets, and the better opportunity today happens to be on fast markets, right? So that's just an example. There's nothing wrong with locking yourself out, but understand what your trading plan is, where if you do plan to trade, say, an hour tonight and then an hour during fast markets, you just leave yourself room, right? You don't have to use your entire daily loss limit at the beginning of a session.
Right.
And quality over quantity, I like that you said that. The opportunity cost is something that traders don't really think of. And yeah, it's big, right? Without FOMO, because if you think about opportunity cost, it's a slippery slope towards FOMO, because you can just say, man, I didn't watch the FOMC meeting or the minutes. Look at all that opportunity that I missed out on. So maybe next time I'm going to trade it. Don't think of it like that. Just thinking of like, hey, I want, what is it? This is why I'm going to say one of the reasons why I believe LeBron James is the greatest is the best ability is availability, and the fact that he's been able to keep healthy for so many years and he's still able to play in today's league. Best availability is availability. Best ability is availability.
Is availability, 100%. Richard Harris, we see you, man. We see you. 64.42. Richard Harris's call. Richard Harris, are you in the trade? Please tell me you're in that trade. That's a great trade. Richard Harris, if no one ever sees your chat call outs, but you're in the trade and make money from them, it's all that matters. But we see you.
It's like Richard Harris, I gotta be honest, it's like the tariffs and the volatility that we've seen earlier this year. We got too used to it. We see your name in the chat every 5 seconds. Sometimes it just, what do you call it? You get like, all right, that's just something common. You're getting used to seeing your messages, and you kind of see past it.
We got a fun question here from Obaid. Hopefully I said your name right. Coaches, what are your trading pet peeves? It's a good one. Trading pet peeves.
Give me an example.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'll throw one out there and you let me know if that's in line with what you were asking. Okay, here you go. I'm a join bid, join ask type of person. One of my pet peeves is when I join the bid and then the market runs 20 points away from me before filling my order.
Almost happened to me today in the short. Yeah,
that's one of them. That's probably the biggest one. It's like just fill my because I usually, and I guess I could just adjust to being a market order person, but I think however you learn is how you execute. I've always been a join bid, join ask trader, and what I'll do sometimes is I'll join the bid, and if it doesn't fill right away, I'll drag the order to be a market order. But not getting that fill is interesting. Is a pet peeve for sure.
Like a pet. So you're referring to like a pet peeve that happens in trading that I did.
I think I'm trying to that's how I interpreted the question.
Okay. Because it makes sense that the market does. I say when it just ticks me out and my stop loss is a better entry. That's the biggest pet peeve. Like,
yeah,
that's a big one.
But overall, Roy Lee has a good one. Direction immediately changing after taking a trade. Yep, that's a good one. Well, you were about to say something, Dakota.
No, and then there was another one where I was going to say another pet peeve. I'd say a biggest pet peeve in this industry.
Oh, here we go.
When traders just switch accounts and lack transparency. That's a big pet peeve. I absolutely hate that. It's the first thing that I noticed that became my pet peeve while we're watching the NASDAQ continue to make all-time highs. When I first joined Topstep and I started looking at social media, it was the first thing, dude. Like, it was blatantly obvious, but yet so many people were I don't know, what do they call it? Pulling the wool over your eyes or whatever. And I'm just like, can nobody not see what's going on here? And I think that's what my friend, really close friend of mine, Peter Brandt, he's a friend. We have our ups and downs, okay? Peter Brandt, I think that was his pet peeve. I think that was Lance that came on air with MP. That was one of his pet peeves as well. And having that clarity, having that open-mindedness and being able to have a two-way conversation, a constructive one, was something, like I said, I will give Lance all the credit to be able to do that. And it's so true. People will be surprised how much we're in common when it comes to me and Peter Brandt, or Lance, or a lot that maybe we get in conflict. It's like, okay, we need to understand each other. We need to understand what's going on with this industry and bring out that transparency, because no one wants to deal with that. And I think even the people doing it don't want to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my pet peeve since day one. Since day one.
That was a serious answer to that fun question, but I agree with it.
That's my pet peeve. Okay.
I'm like, I just hate when I click the join bid button, I don't get in my trade. Dakota had a genuine answer to that question.
Yeah. I hate fake people. Okay.
There we go. So Willie C has a good comment here. So people who say volume has anything to do with price, look at this market. It's going up, whether there's 2 contracts being bought or 1,000. Who said that? No, that wasn't Willie C. That was CC64YT. The amount that the market is able to move is directly correlated to the volume that's on the order books and the volume that trades. When there's 1 contract at a price and Dakota buys 2, the market's going to move. These order books are extremely thin in the NASDAQ right now. I think we have the clearance, and I'm just going to do it. Whatever. I might get in trouble for this. Okay. That 150K subscriber thing we did. where all the videos got recorded. Those are on YouTube. They've been on YouTube for about 4 months now. I don't know if anybody has it, but I did a volume class there. And I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything, but if you want how I kind of look at volume and read it, and if you don't think volume matters at all, don't even watch the video. But your comment there is right? The market is moving on 2 lots being filled because there's nothing in the way to stop it right now. But let me share that video. Let me see if I can find those.
Interesting. No, I think it's reasonable, right? Because I don't mind telling people, hey, don't watch this video if this doesn't apply to you. It's not applicable. Don't waste your time, dude, watching something that
don't.
Yeah, because time is a very, very precious, valuable asset. I wouldn't want someone to watch a video that I won't help them or might not be beneficial. So nothing on that one. Oh, question. Ooh, this is a good question. When I first started at Topstep, who was the coach that I looked up to? Oh, that's a good one. Dang. Do you have an answer to that question, Jay?
Who's the guy I looked up to at Topstep?
Yeah. When you first started.
Hoag, for sure. Hoag. Yeah, Hoag for sure. Hoag, I worked with Coach Robert a lot when I first got here, and just like seeing Coach Robert's organizational skills, and he just had Coach Robert is very Coach Robert, right? And if you've ever worked with Coach Robert, you understand what I mean. He has a very strong conviction in what he believes in, and I admire that, even if I don't agree with everything that he says, right? Because I think you have to have some of that as a trader, where yes, we want to be, we want to be willing to learn, and Coach Robert always is, but at the end of the day, he says, hey, this doesn't work for me, and I'm standing on that. And I really do love that. There was a trader that we had on a couple of weeks ago that the chat thought was interesting. He was talking about like thermionics. So he was using words I've never even heard before, but he said that's how he trades. But what I realized was he was saying words that I may have never heard, but he was like number 39 on the leaderboard. The one thing that works in this game, regardless of the language that you use, is numbers. So that trader, and Andre's going to challenge him. He says, hey, you don't listen to you don't pay attention to news. News is important because of this. I can't remember the trader's name, but he says, well, just in my mind, that doesn't matter to me. And I admire people who do that, because you could understand that it might mean something to someone else, but in the way that I make decisions, I don't even consider those things. So Coach Robert for sure.
Coach Robert. I like that. Great answer. A lot of traders I've seen are saying Hoag. Hoag's awesome. I'd say myself. I'm joking.
I think I'm pretty good.
No. I'm gonna surprise everybody with this. With this one. Jack Senior.
The GOAT.
Coach Jack Senior. A lot of people might not know who that is, Jay, but I believe that's JD's dad.
Yep.
And wow, when I first started here at Topstep, this is a year and a half ago, and like I said, I started just to be a coach. I was not into like, hey, I'm going to sit here and trade on screen. I just enjoyed the coaching. And then and this was all in Discord, right, Coach Jay? Where we were just in Discord doing classes in Discord to like 50 traders or 100 traders, and I just enjoyed just listening to everything he had to say. He didn't really care too much. Like, he didn't be like, oh, this is a pattern, this is a pattern. He was focused, yeah. And the level of experience that he has, the amount of experience and the stories, and I just looked up to him like, man, he is this old, putting in this much effort and willing to help traders. And how many meetings were we in, Coach Jay, where no matter what, he would always say the same thing. He's like, we need to figure a way to help the traders. Or it's like, but will that help the traders? Like, that's all he cared about was, how do we help the traders? Or it's like, well, why would we do that?
Yep.
Like, and it was primarily about copy trading, right? He's like, that's crazy. We don't want the traders to spend more money, or we don't want them to get emotional or FOMO, or like, he cared and he does care so much about the traders. It was it's awesome.
Yeah, Coach Jack is amazing. Chat, I'm putting that video that we talked about. I'm just sharing the one for the volume analysis class that we did, that I did for the 150K subscribers. If I get in trouble for this, chat, I'm blaming it on you. But I'm just sharing my video. It only has 83 views right now. But watch that if you want. If you have any questions, let me know. But yeah, Coach Jack is amazing. I also shared some links to some fireside chats that Coach Jack and I did, and he still does these in Discord. I think every Monday, him and Coach Paul do a session, and it's one of my favorite sessions because there are no charts involved at all.
Yeah,
and that there's a lot to be learned from those sessions for sure.
Yep, I still look up to him. It's pretty cool. It was one of my favorite memories is getting to know Coach Jack Sr. and the fact that he's still putting in this effort and doing that, and he has his VIP team. It's pretty awesome. Danielle says, when did you publish that on our channel?
So I didn't publish that, Danielle. That is, so
you guys
that
can't see my screen yet.
Thing that we did, that is one of the videos. It's unlisted. It's an unlisted video. So
okay.
I didn't share the full playlist. I just shared the link to that video.
Okay.
I'm just hiding Easter eggs in the Topstep YouTube.
That's what you mean.
YouTube page.
Yeah, there's that one that's unpublished. Where'd that one go, Jay?
Oh yeah, no, we don't talk about that one. We don't talk about that one. See what you did, chat? You got me in trouble. Daniel says I want more of those. Okay, well, if you want more of those,
you got yourself in trouble.
I can tell you where to find them. There's videos for every coach. I'll send you the link in Slack, Daniel. You want the playlist? I got you.
There you go.
Rolled Sushi wants to know how many accounts did you blow before hitting it and consistency. I mean, if we want to talk about how many accounts, when I was trading my own money, I lost well over 100 grand trying to figure out how to do this. And that was in about a 2-year span.
Okay.
Somewhere close to like 140, 150.
Before
I even thought I needed to ask somebody how to. These are not combines. No, this is my own personal money.
Real money. Yeah. Real.
Yeah.
Personal brokerage type
Yep.
stuff.
All right.
So I mean, that's about my journey too, Coach Jay. I'm at 120,000, but mine was in a span of like 4 years.
What was I just looking for? I'm having a brain freeze right now. Okay, 150K subscriber playlist.
All right, let's take a look. Gold pushing up into those mid 43s. Yeah, we just got a nice pop there. Gold long playing out. Gold long playing out really well. We did get that pullback down to those 36s, Coach Jay. 36s, 35.9. We did not get in long. Let's take a look at NASDAQ to finish up this. So it looks like as of now, the all-time high for the NASDAQ is 780. 780 is the all-time high. It looks like there's a couple hundred contracts coming in now on the tape, not being filled, but there's one resting order, 100 contracts, 79, 100 contracts, 785. And we're pulled back a little bit. We're sitting here at 69. And yeah, coming up to the end of fast markets. This is a good one. No trades. We're just grinding through chop all-time highs. I mean, that's all it is. We're channeling up and to the right in a very, very small, tight range. Little opportunities there for me in the way that I view the market. Gold, sure. We pointed out this gold long to start start the session, right? It chopped around a little bit. We never did get in long, but the long ended up playing out. And this is one where it's like, dang it, I wish I would have gone in long. That would have worked out. However, the setup just didn't show itself, and it wasn't clean. And so sometimes it sucks to miss a good trade, but I mean, look at that chop. Look, barcode there, barcode chop.
Yeah.
Popped up, ran some stops, went all the way down to these 36s. So I think that was a good no trade. I'm happy with tonight's results. No trades. And any last words, Coach Jay, before we?
Yeah. One more topic. Rolled Sushi asked, when do I know to stop buying combines if I'm just struggling getting through them? Rolled Sushi, what I will say is, and I answered you in the chat, but allocate a certain amount of money that you're going to spend for the year, right? Run it as a business. Say, I'm not going to spend more than X amount of dollars, and don't spend more than that money. If you allocate it, don't just think, let's say your number is $1,000. Don't just say, hey, well, I have $1,000 to spend, so I'm going to YOLO these accounts until I get to 1,000, and then I'll adjust from there. Give yourself a budget for what you're going to spend, and then ask yourself whether or not you're truly willing to do the work to not continue to blow combines, and slow down. If you're trading in minis right now in these combines and blowing them, immediately, if you're going to buy another one, trade micros. And don't change it, right? Lock yourself out from trading the minis if it's causing you to blow your accounts, and zoom out and look at a wider time horizon on success for this. People try to get to 5 profitable days in a row just so I can get to a payout, and you don't think that you're going to be trading for the next 20 years. So really slow yourself down. And also, Danielle gave me the permission to share this. So for anyone who was not a part of the 150K subscriber giveaway, there is the link in the chat. I'll post it a couple times. It's the full playlist to all of the sessions that all of our coaches did. Sessions on risk management, trading mindset, and technical analysis from each of our coaches. So you have that there in the chat.
Sick. Nice.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
Danielle, yeah, you got it. You got it. That was worth the showing up to slow markets tonight. So great. I'm excited. VIP drafts throughout the week. It's been a great one. We're only halfway through, right? It's Wednesday. Stay tuned tomorrow. And man, tomorrow's Thursday. Lots of data coming out. Data coming out Friday as well. So it's going to be a very busy week in the markets. Maybe some volatility, maybe some cleaner price action. Not sure. Coach Jay, you will be on tomorrow for opening call.
Opening call. Hoag and I will be going over the markets.
Awesome. And then I'll be on with that man himself, Baron. And oh, yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. If not in the morning, tomorrow night for slow markets. Baron will join me again tomorrow night. Talk some crap. Maybe we'll see if I could get $50 out of him to give away to my Instagram. And there's that link at the top of the chat. So happy it worked last time. We'll see if we could do it again. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Later.